Hey everyone, welcome to Code Harmony. Today we are going to solve LeetCode ID 594, longest harmonious subsequence. This problem is marked as easy and it is going to be a good beginner friendly problem. Also, it has been asked in a lot of good companies like Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Google. In the Google itself last 3 months, more than 3 times. Let's have a look on the problem statement. We define a harmonious array as an array where the difference between its maximum value and its minimum value is exactly 1. So an array is harmonious if the difference between the maximum item and minimum item is exactly 1. This is just definition of harmonious array, and this is our problem. Given an integer array nums, return the length of its longest harmonious subsequence among all its possible subsequences. So this is something we need to figure out. This is the array given to us, and from this array we need to find the length of longest harmonious subsequence. Longest harmonious subsequence. So here we need to understand this longest. We already know the longest in terms of length. Harmonious, they have given that any kind of array where the difference between the maximum item and minimum item is 1. Let's say the array is something like this, 1, 2. This is minimum, this is maximum. Difference is exactly 1, so it's a harmonious array. So what about 1, 1? Minimum is 1, maximum is 1, so difference is 0. So this is not harmonious. What about 1? This is also not harmonious. And what about 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2? This is also harmonious array. Why? Because minimum value is 1, maximum value is 2. So this is harmonious. So this is also given as a part of problem statement. Longest harmonious and subsequence. What is subsequence? Subsequence is something, let's say we are going from left side to the right side and we are picking couple of items from this array. Let's say I have picked this, I have picked this, I have picked this, I have picked this. So it will become 1, 2, 2, 5. This is a subsequence of given array. Or in other terms, you can say, let's say I am having this whole array with me, and from this whole array I am deleting some words, some items. Let's say I deleted this. I deleted these 3. The remaining array becomes subsequence. Or if I do not delete any item, then it itself is a subsequence of the given array. So these 3 words we need to understand. Because it is a beginner friendly problem, I'm going to explain all of these things. Subsequence is something picking up items in a random order or deleting item in random order, whatever is the remaining one, that is subsequence. Harmonious, it is given that in the array minimum item and maximum item, the difference should be 1. Now what I need to find out is longest harmonious subsequence. So from this array, longest harmonious subsequence I need to figure out, and whatever is the length of that, I'm just concerned about the length. I don't have to get the exact subsequence. Even if I'm able to get the length, then it is fine. Let's see what will be the subsequence, longest harmonious subsequence of this array. Let's say I have considered 1. In this case, let's say 1 is the minimum item. Then what can be the maximum item? Maximum item will be 2. And between these two, there is no other item. So I can only use either 1 or 2. But let's say I am considering 1 as my maximum item. Then what is the minimum value? Minimum value will be 0. So whatever is the instances of 1 and 0, all the instances we can take in my longest harmonious subsequence. So every item can either be the maximum wala part or minimum part. So let's say I come to 3. So 3 in my longest harmonious subsequence can behave like a maximum one or minimum one. If it is behaving like a maximum one, so the minimum one will definitely be 2. If it is behaving like a minimum one, the maximum one will be 4. Why? Because the delta between the minimum and maximum should be 1, exactly 1. not more than 1, not less than 1, not even 0, exactly 1. So if 3 is considered as the maximum one, minimum will be 2. If 3 is minimum, maximum will be 4. And here, if I am considering 3, I can consider all the occurrences of 3. If I am considering 2, I can consider all the occurrences of 2. So as per this given example, copy and paste here. So if I consider 1, I can have a subsequence, longest harmonious subsequence like this: 1, 2, 2, 2. The length is 4 because there is 0 is not there. But what if I consider 3? Then if 3 is the maximum one, then 3, 2, 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 2, 2, 3. This is something I can get. If I consider 3 as the minimum one, then 4 is not there. So it will only be 3, 3. So this is something I can consider, and it is having 5 items. So 5 is the length, and this length is the candidate to my answer, and maximum length whatever I can get is going to be my answer. So the idea that I'm getting here, for every item, for every ith item, if I'm considering this ith item, I can either consider ith item minus 1 or ith item plus 1. So if I am considering ith item, whatever number of occurrences the ith item is coming, let's say ith item is 3, so all the occurrences of 3 I can take, and among these two only 1 I can take. I can either take 2 or either take 4. So which one should I take? I should take the one which is going to give me the maximum length, and maximum length is something 2 is going to give me. Why 2? Because 2 is coming more number of time in the given array. 2 is coming 1, 2, 3 number of times. So 4 is not coming. 4 is coming 0 number of time. So I will take 2 occurrences of 3 and 3 occurrences of 2. So in total 5. So the answer would be 3, 2, 2, 2, 3. And what idea did we took here is based on the frequency. So let's say I am picking up ith item. So frequency of ith item is going to be added to the answer, plus frequency of ith item minus 1 or frequency of ith item plus 1 will also be added. So maximum value of this need to be my answer, and among these two also we need to capture the maximum value. So this is the idea I am getting, that somehow I can do it with the frequency, and for frequency I can utilize HashTable data structure, right? So we directly came to this, and here we got an idea that if I'm taking an item, let's say if I'm taking 5, in my subsequence I can either take 4 or either take or take 6. If it is 5 in my subsequence, I can either take 4 and 5 or 5 and 6. If there is only 2 possibilities, what is the use of finding the subsequence in an old school way, in the native way? See, let me give you a note that when we have to find subsequence, if I have to find all the subsequence of this, every single item have 2 choices. Either this item can be the part of my subsequence or cannot be the part of my subsequence. Can be the part of that subsequence, cannot be the part of that subsequence. So every single item, n item, have 2 possibilities. So n into 2 possibility means n item. First item 2 possibility, second item 2 possibility, third item 2 possibility, nth item 2 possibility. So it is 2 raised power n. 2 raised power n to find all subsequences. But as the input constraints are also very high, and the second thing is we are not concerned about finding the subsequences, We are only concerned about finding the length of the subsequences. In the length, we found out that if I item is considered, then either -1 value will be considered or +1 value will be considered. So if I am considering 3 in my answer subsequence, then I can either take 2 or either take or take 4, right? If I can take 3, I can either take 4, 2 or take 4. So any one between these two, whatever is coming maximum number of time in the array, that I can take. And if you are taking 3, you can take all the occurrences of 3. This was the explanation, and here we got to an idea that every single item, let's say I've captured the frequency. 1 is coming 1 time, 3 is coming 2 time, 2 is coming 3 time, 5 is coming 1 time, 7 is coming 1 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So this is the frequency map. And how can I get the frequency map? Using HashTable data structure. And HashTable data structure have a different implementation. Let's say in Java or C++, it is having map as implementation. So map I can take where the key value is integer part, value is also integer. So here, now if I just go over this array again, do I have to go over this array again? No. What we can do, we can also go over this keys again. If I go over the keys, then if I have to consider one, I can either consider 0 or consider 2. But I have to consider any one of these two. Let's say if 0 is coming 0 number of time and 2 is coming 0 number of time, then it means I cannot consider 1. But here in this case, 2 is coming 3 number of times. A frequency of 0 is 0. So with 1 I can take 2. If I can take 2, then I'm good. So what is the scene here? 1 is coming 1 number of time, 2 is coming 3 number of time. So 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. 4 is one possibility. Now let's come to 3. I have come to 3. With 3 I can either take 2 or take 4. Frequency of 2 is 3. Frequency of 4 is 0. Any one of these two is non-zero. So yeah, I can form a subsequence with all the instances of 3, with all the instances of 2. That is 5. But 5 is a better answer, so discard 4. 5 is the current best. What about this 2? With 2, I can either take 3 or take 1. Or let's say 1 I am writing here, 3 I can writing here. If I take 1 with 2, I will be getting 3. If I take 3 with 2, I will also get 5. There is some repetition. And to avoid these repetitions, we can do some kind of sorting and all, but for now it is good. And similar to 5. With 5, I can either take 4 or I can take 6. 4 is not present here, 6 is not present here. So with 5, I am not able to form a subsequence. Any one of these two should be non-zero. And with 7, I can either take 6 or take 8. 6 or 8 is also not there. So with 7 also I cannot form a subsequence. So the best answer so far is 5. So this is something I need to do. And to iterate over frequency keys, you can iterate over this array as well. There can be some minor improvement, but our approach will be working in order of n time. So first of all, I need to capture frequencies. Capture frequency in a map. And how do I capture the frequency? For num in nums, map dot put against num. map dot get or default this num's existing frequency. If existing frequency is not there, get 0 and increment there. So frequency is captured. And the second part is again iterate over this array num for every number in nums. What I need to do is I need to capture the frequency of left item, which is map dot get num minus 1 and map dot get num plus 1. This is frequency 2. See, if num is 3, then I can either take 2 or take 4. So this is something I can take. If let's say 2 and 4 both are not present, f1 is 0 and f2 is 0, then continue. It means you cannot form a subsequence with this num. Otherwise, whatever is the maximum, let's say f is taking the maximum of f1 and f2. This f I can take and map num frequency I can take. So the candidate is this map dot get the frequency of current number plus frequency of other number I can take. This is my candidate, and this candidate I can use to get the answer. So this is something I have to do. Capturing frequency is going to take order of n time, and iterating over the same array again, it is going to take order of n time. And to capture the frequency, I am taking a map which is adding a space of order of n time. So this approach is time on space on. Let's have a look on the code now. Now this is the code I wrote for this program. First of all, I have taken a map and I have captured the frequency. For every number in map, map.put current number, existing frequency, if not it is 0, then plus 1. So it is going to capture the exit frequency of every single item in the nums. Now I am iterating over the num again. Frequency of one item that I can take with my current num. With my current num, I can either take num minus 1 or num plus 1. So I am capturing the frequency of both of these items. If both the items are not present in the array, then there is nothing I can form this with this num. Why? Because in the subsequence there should be exactly one difference between minimum and maximum. Then I capture the frequency, whatever is the maximum. So whatever is the maximum, let's say for current value 3, I can take 2 and frequency of 2 is 3. And I can also take 4, and here frequency of 4 is 0. Anyone is non-zero, whatever is maximum, just take it. So frequency of current num plus frequency of this f, whatever is the maximum, this is 3. So 3 plus 2, and what is 2? 2 is frequency of 3. So as per this example, and this will behave like a candidate to me, and what we have to return, whatever is the maximum candidate. So this is how the program is going to run on time, on space. If I submit it, it should submit successfully. I hope you understood the approach, and in case you have solved it with some different approach, do let me know or have a discussion in the comment section. Thank you guys, thanks for watching, bye bye.